What if I told you that the key to staying calm, focused, and resilient in the face of life's toughest challenges is rooted in ancient wisdom, wisdom that has been guiding leaders and thinkers for over 2 millennia? Imagine having the mental strength to navigate through stress, adversity, and uncertainty, all while maintaining a sense of inner peace and control. Today, we're diving deep into the timeless teachings of Stoicism, particularly the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, to unlock the secrets to emotional control and mental resilience. And trust me, these lessons aren't just for philosophers or ancient thinkers. They are incredibly practical for anyone looking to overcome stress and embrace life with a calm, unwavering mind. In the next 40 minutes, you'll discover how to transform your emotional reactions, embrace challenges as opportunities, and build resilience that allows you to stay strong in the face of adversity. These aren't just ideas for contemplation, they are actionable tools that can radically change how you approach life. So, stay with me until the end, because the last lesson will be the most powerful one of all. Let's get started. The power of control. Focus on what you can control. One of the foundational principles of Stoicism, as emphasized by Marcus Aurelius, is the power of control. When we break it down, it becomes clear. Life is unpredictable, and external events are often beyond our control. But how we respond to those events, that's where our true power lies. Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. We often get caught up in worrying about things we can't change. It's easy to stress over traffic, other people's opinions, or situations that are entirely out of our hands. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently reminds us to distinguish between what's within our power and what isn't. By focusing on this, we gain clarity and freedom from unnecessary stress. Think about it. If you choose to focus on your thoughts and reactions, you are no longer a slave to external forces. A practical example could be something as simple as a disagreement with a friend. Instead of obsessing over how they might feel or what they might say next, you have the choice to control your reaction. You can choose calmness, compassion, and a rational response. This shift in focus allows you to maintain emotional stability, regardless of external chaos. It's a small practice, but it has a profound impact on your emotional control and mental resilience. The more you practice focusing only on what you can control, the less power external situations have over your emotional state. In times of stress, instead of being overwhelmed, ask yourself, what can I control here? This simple question redirects your focus to the present moment, helping you regain your calm and perspective. It's a crucial step in overcoming anxiety, as the more you accept what's outside your control, the more inner peace you'll cultivate. Over time, this habit becomes a natural part of your mindset. It reduces stress because you no longer waste energy trying to control the uncontrollable. Instead, you empower yourself by managing your own thoughts and emotions. This creates a foundation for resilience, mental resilience that allows you to face life's challenges without being derailed. This Stoic principle of control seamlessly connects with another powerful lesson from Marcus Aurelius: embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. In fact, focusing on what you can control often means confronting adversity head-on, knowing that each challenge can be a stepping stone for personal growth. So, let's dive into how embracing challenges can unlock your potential. Accepting challenges. Embrace adversity as opportunity. Life is full of challenges. Some we expect, and others catch us off guard. For many, adversity feels like something to avoid, something that disrupts our peace. However, Marcus Aurelius teaches us a different perspective. Adversity isn't something to fear. In fact, it's an opportunity for growth, strength, and wisdom. This idea lies at the very core of Stoic philosophy. Imagine a time in your life when you faced a tough situation, perhaps a personal setback or a professional failure. Initially, the feelings of frustration or defeat might have overwhelmed you. But what if you could shift your perspective? Instead of seeing that challenge as a burden, what if you saw it as a chance to develop a new skill, to learn more about yourself, or even to improve your emotional resilience? This is the Stoic approach to adversity. Marcus Aurelius himself faced enormous challenges throughout his life, from leading an empire during times of war to grappling with personal loss. Yet, he always viewed adversity as a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more virtuous. His mindset wasn't about avoiding hardships, but learning how to navigate them. His reflections remind us that the obstacles in our path can be the very things that shape our character and test our resilience. This Stoic mindset doesn't just help you accept challenges, it helps you embrace them. For example, when faced with an unexpected challenge at work, instead of seeing it as an obstacle, reframe it as a chance to build resilience. It's a perfect opportunity to refine your problem-solving skills, to practice emotional control, and to strengthen your mental toughness. The Stoic perspective invites us to ask, what can I learn from this? How can this situation serve my personal growth? Taking this approach can be transformative. It requires a shift from a reactive mindset, where challenges are something that happen to you, to an active mindset, where challenges are opportunities you can shape and use. This mindset shift isn't always easy, especially when you're deep in the midst of a struggle. But remember, just like a muscle grows stronger with resistance, so does your resilience when faced with adversity. As we embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth, we begin to understand the deeper role of perspective. How we view challenges directly influences how we handle them, and in the face of adversity, it's crucial to maintain the right perspective. So, let's move forward and explore how adopting the right perspective can make all the difference when facing life's toughest moments. The importance of perspective. View life objectively. When you're in the midst of a difficult situation, it's easy to get caught up in the emotions of the moment. The pressure builds, your thoughts race, and before you know it, you're lost in a whirlwind of stress and anxiety. But Marcus Aurelius, in his Stoic wisdom, reminds us of the power of perspective, the ability to step back, detach, and see things for what they truly are, a key skill in emotional control and mental resilience. One of the most powerful aspects of Stoic philosophy is its emphasis on viewing life objectively. When things go wrong, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. We often react emotionally, consumed by the frustration or fear of the moment. But to master emotional control, we need to practice seeing situations from a broader perspective. By stepping outside of ourselves and looking at events without the bias of emotion, we gain clarity and can respond with greater calm and rationality. Take a moment to think about how you've reacted to stress in the past. Maybe you've lashed out in anger, gotten overwhelmed by the smallest inconveniences, or let your fears control your actions. It happens to all of us. But what if, instead of reacting, you paused and shifted your perspective? By mentally distancing yourself from the emotion of the moment and observing the situation objectively, you regain your ability to respond in a way that aligns with your values and Stoic principles. For example, when facing an unexpected setback, instead of viewing it as a personal failure, you could ask yourself, what is the bigger picture here? How does this situation fit into the grand scheme of my life? By doing so, you free yourself from the emotional burden of the situation, allowing you to act with greater wisdom. You stop being swept away by your emotion and start responding with a calm and deliberate mindset. This shift in perspective helps to maintain your emotional stability and promotes mental strength. In addition, this broader view helps to manage stress. When you see life's challenges as temporary and part of a larger process, they lose their power to overwhelm you. Marcus Aurelius practiced this daily, reminding himself that everything he encountered was part of the grand flow of life. Nothing, in the grand scheme, was as important as his ability to maintain inner peace, which could only be achieved by viewing life with clarity and detachment. This ability to view life objectively doesn't just help us manage stress, it also leads us to greater resilience. By seeing beyond the immediate emotional reaction, we develop mental toughness and the capacity to endure. And from this foundation, we're better equipped to live in accordance with nature's rhythms, embracing life as it unfolds. With this in mind, let's now look at how the Stoic philosophy encourages us to harmonize with life's flow, accepting both the calm and the storm, living in accordance with nature, harmonizing with life's flow. In Stoic philosophy, one of the most profound teachings is to live in accordance with nature. This concept is at the heart of what Marcus Aurelius practiced throughout his life. It's a simple yet powerful idea: accept life as it is, not as you wish it to be. By harmonizing with the natural flow of life, we can cultivate emotional stability and mental resilience. Life is in constant motion. There are moments of joy, and there are moments of hardship. What the Stoics understand, however, is that both are part of a larger, inevitable process. Instead of resisting change or clinging to the past, we're invited to flow with life's rhythms. Think of it like a river. If you try to swim against the current, you'll exhaust yourself. But if you swim with the current, even the roughest waters become easier to navigate. This perspective helps you find peace in life's impermanence. When things change, as they always do, it's easy to get upset, anxious, or frustrated. But Marcus Aurelius taught us to accept change, because it's a natural part of life's flow. Instead of fearing the unknown, we embrace it. We understand that growth happens precisely because of life's changes. Every season, every cycle, every challenge is an opportunity for personal development. By accepting life's impermanence, we let go of the need to control the uncontrollable, and instead focus on adapting to what comes. A good way to practice this Stoic principle is to reflect on the moments of change in your life. Perhaps you've faced a loss, a change in career, or a shift in relationships. These are often the moments we resist the most, yet they can provide the greatest growth. By accepting these changes, not with resignation, but with gratitude for the lessons they bring, we begin to align ourselves with the natural flow of life. We learn to find peace in the midst of turmoil and to embrace the unknown with a calm heart. Living in accordance with nature also means letting go of rigid expectation. When we become too attached to specific outcomes, we invite unnecessary stress into our lives. By accepting that life will unfold as it does, we free ourselves from the burden of needing everything to go according to plan. This mindset shift allows us to maintain inner peace, no matter what comes our way. And when we align with the flow of life, we build emotional resilience, because we're no longer fighting against the current. Now that we've explored how to harmonize with nature's rhythms, let's take a deeper look at how cultivating inner peace can further help us in developing resilience. By practicing meditation and self-reflection, we can bring more tranquility into our lives, regardless of the external chaos. So, let's move on to the role of meditation in fostering inner calm. Cultivating inner peace, the role of meditation and reflection. To truly master emotional control and mental resilience, one must learn the art of inner peace. And how do we achieve this in the fast-paced, often chaotic world we live in? The answer lies in practices like meditation and self-reflection, both of which were central to Marcus Aurelius' philosophy. Through these practices, we can cultivate a calm, centered mind, no matter the storm around us. Meditation is often seen as a tool for relaxation, but it's much more than that. In the Stoic tradition, meditation is a way to train the mind. Marcus Aurelius used his meditations as a way of reflecting on his thoughts, actions, and emotions. It was his way of checking in with himself, reassessing his values, and ensuring he remained aligned with his Stoic principles. The key to his practice was self-awareness. He used meditation not just to calm himself, but to bring clarity to his mind. A practical way you can begin cultivating inner peace is through daily reflection. Start with setting aside a few minutes each day, perhaps in the morning or before bed, and think about the events of the day. What went well? What challenges did you face? How did you respond to those challenges? Were your reactions aligned with the Stoic principles of emotional control and resilience? This practice allows you to step back and gain perspective, helping you to become more mindful of your emotions and action. As you begin this practice of self-reflection, don't be too hard on yourself. The goal isn't to judge your actions, but to observe them objectively. Think of it as a way of learning and growing. For example, after a difficult conversation with a colleague, reflect on how you handled the situation. Did you remain calm? Did you respond thoughtfully? or did you react impulsively? This self-reflection creates space for improvement and helps you develop the mental clarity necessary for emotional resilience. Additionally, meditation can help you detach from the noise of everyday life. It offers a moment of peace, a space where you can reconnect with your true self, beyond the distractions and stresses of the external world. Through consistent practice, you will find that your ability to remain calm, even in stressful situations, becomes more effortless. It's in these quiet moments of reflection that we often discover the wisdom to face life's challenges with strength and grace. Ultimately, cultivating inner peace through meditation and reflection not only enhances our emotional resilience, but also strengthens our ability to live in alignment with our Stoic principles. By dedicating time to these practices, we create a stable foundation of peace that can carry us through even the most turbulent of times. As we continue on this journey of self-mastery, let's explore another powerful tool, the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is more than just a feeling. It's a practice that can radically shift our mindset and bolster our emotional strength. The practice of gratitude, acknowledging life's blessings. Gratitude is one of the most transformative practices we can cultivate, yet it's often overlooked in the rush of daily life. Marcus Aurelius, despite his vast responsibilities and challenges, frequently emphasized the importance of gratitude in his reflections. He believed that by acknowledging the blessings in our lives, we could shift our perspective and find peace, even amidst hardship. In Stoic philosophy, gratitude is not about simply feeling thankful. It's about consciously recognizing and appreciating what we have, regardless of our circumstances. When you focus on gratitude, it shifts your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Instead of dwelling on what you lack or what has gone wrong, you begin to notice the many blessings that surround you: your health, your relationships, your opportunities. This simple shift can have a profound impact on your emotional resilience. Gratitude allows you to overcome adversity by reminding you of what's truly important and what is within your control to appreciate. A practical way to practice gratitude is by starting each day with a moment of reflection. Take a few minutes in the morning to think about the things you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as a good night's sleep, a supportive friend, or the opportunity to learn something new. When you begin your day with gratitude, it sets a positive tone and reminds you that even in the face of challenges, there is always something to appreciate. In addition, gratitude becomes a powerful tool when faced with adversity. Imagine you're experiencing a stressful situation. Perhaps a work project is going wrong, or you're dealing with a personal conflict. Instead of becoming overwhelmed, take a step back and ask yourself, what am I grateful for right now? Maybe it's the opportunity to learn, maybe it's the strength you've gained from previous struggles, or maybe it's the support of those around you. This practice of gratitude can act as an anchor, helping you maintain emotional stability even in difficult times. What's truly remarkable about gratitude is that it's not about ignoring life's challenges, it's about finding balance. Stoicism doesn't encourage us to deny the existence of hardship, but rather to find peace despite it. Gratitude doesn't change the facts of life, but it changes how we engage with them. By regularly practicing gratitude, we train our minds to focus on the positives, making us more resilient and better equipped to navigate life's ups and downs. As you integrate gratitude into your daily life, you'll find that your emotional resilience grows. You'll start to see life's challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than obstacles to overcome. And as we continue on this journey of building mental strength, it's essential to understand the role that action plays in Stoic philosophy. In fact, focusing on effort rather than outcomes is another key practice that can bolster your emotional control and resilience. The discipline of action. Focus on effort, not outcome. In the pursuit of emotional resilience and mental toughness, there is one Stoic principle that stands out: the discipline of action. For Marcus Aurelius, the emphasis was never on the results of his actions, but on the effort he put into each task. This perspective is key to mastering emotional control and cultivating a Stoic mindset. By focusing on our efforts, rather than obsessing over outcomes, we free ourselves from the constant pressure and anxiety that often accompany expectation. When we become too fixated on the outcome, we allow ourselves to become slaves to the result. This creates unnecessary stress, because no matter how much we want something to happen, we can't always control it. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom comes from focusing on the process itself, the actions we take, rather than the end result. When we dedicate ourselves to doing our best, regardless of what happens afterward, we learn to embrace each moment and let go of attachment to specific outcomes. Think of a time when you worked hard toward a goal, only to see it fall short. Perhaps a project at work didn't go as planned, or you failed to meet a personal goal. If you were focused solely on the outcome, this failure could easily lead to frustration and discouragement. However, if you shift your focus to the effort you put in, the hard work, the dedication, the lessons learned, you can find peace in knowing that you gave your best. This shift in perspective can ease feelings of disappointment and help you maintain your emotional stability. A practical example is in your approach to exercise. Instead of obsessing over how quickly you can achieve a certain body shape or fitness level, focus on the effort you put into your daily routine. Celebrate the consistency, the dedication, and the progress you make each day, even if it's small. This approach not only reduces anxiety around unattainable results, but also helps you appreciate the process itself. Over time, focusing on effort rather than outcome builds both physical and mental resilience. This mindset is incredibly powerful when dealing with life's challenges. Whether you're facing a difficult conversation, a work setback, or personal struggles, focusing on the effort allows you to respond with grace and determination. You take pride in doing your best, without being attached to whether things turn out perfectly. And when things do go wrong, you've trained yourself to respond not with frustration, but with understanding and a commitment to continue improving. As we shift our focus from outcome to effort, we also start to build the mental discipline necessary to stay calm in the face of adversity. This discipline is a crucial foundation for emotional resilience. And as we move forward, it's important to recognize that emotional resilience is not only about how we react to external challenges, but also about how we respond to internal impulses. Let's now explore the power of emotional regulation and the practice of responding thoughtfully, rather than reacting impulsively. Building emotional resilience, responding instead of reacting. When faced with challenges, our first instinct is often to react. It's human nature. When something triggers us, whether it's stress, frustration, or fear, we instinctively act on our emotions. However, this knee-jerk reaction is often not aligned with the Stoic principles of emotional control and resilience. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to respond thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively. By practicing this, we can build emotional resilience and maintain our mental strength, no matter what life throws our way. The key difference between reacting and responding is time. When we react, our emotions take control of our actions. We don't stop to consider the consequences, or whether our reaction aligns with our values. But when we respond, we pause, take a breath, and choose how to act. This pause allows us to reflect on the situation with clarity, preventing us from being overwhelmed by emotions. By practicing this pause, we can break the cycle of impulsive reactions and cultivate a thoughtful, intentional approach to life's challenges. Consider a situation where you feel triggered. Maybe someone criticizes you at work, or a family member says something hurtful. The immediate reaction might be to defend yourself, lash out, or withdraw in frustration. But instead, if you take a moment to pause, reflect, and choose your response, you break free from the cycle of impulsivity. You might choose to respond with calmness, understanding, or even silence. This response, which is rooted in emotional intelligence, helps to diffuse the tension and allows you to maintain your composure. This practice of pausing before responding is incredibly powerful. It creates space between stimulus and reaction, allowing us to regain control of our emotions. When we react impulsively, we often act out of fear, anger, or stress. But when we respond thoughtfully, we allow our values and Stoic principles to guide our actions. It's through this practice that we develop mental clarity and emotional stability. One practical way to incorporate this into your life is to adopt a simple rule. Before responding to a stressful situation, take a few deep breaths. This small act of mindfulness creates a moment of pause, allowing you to regain control over your emotional state. Over time, this practice strengthens your emotional resilience and helps you respond to challenges with more calm and wisdom. The more we practice responding rather than reacting, the more we build emotional resilience. This ability to remain composed, even in the face of adversity, is a cornerstone of mental toughness. And as we continue to develop resilience, we also cultivate the Stoic virtue of self-control. This self-control is essential not only in managing external challenges, but also in mastering our inner impulses. Let's now turn our attention to the power of self-discipline and how it can further support our emotional strength and resilience. The virtue of self-control, mastering desires and impulses. One of the cornerstones of Stoic philosophy is the idea of mastering our desires and impulses. Marcus Aurelius believed that true strength comes not from external power, but from the ability to govern oneself. Self-control is the ability to choose our actions, thoughts, and emotions, rather than being controlled by them. It's about understanding that while we can't always control what we feel, we can always control how we respond. This is the essence of emotional resilience and mental toughness. In a world filled with distractions and temptations, practicing self-control is more important than ever. We are constantly bombarded with stimuli, instant gratification, desires, and impulses that can derail our progress. But Stoicism teaches us that happiness and peace come not from giving in to every desire, but from exercising restraint and focus. When we master our desires, we free ourselves from the constant cycle of craving and disappointment. This is where true emotional stability lies, in the ability to maintain balance, no matter the external circumstances. A practical example of self-control can be seen in how we handle stress or difficult emotions. When we face a stressful situation, such as an overwhelming workload or a tense conversation, our first instinct might be to react impulsively, whether by snapping at someone or procrastinating. But instead, we can choose to exercise self-control by pausing and assessing the situation with a clear mind. We can choose to act with patience, understanding, and focus, rather than giving in to the urge to escape or lash out. This ability to control our impulses, rather than being controlled by them, is a crucial skill for building emotional resilience. Another key aspect of self-control is moderation. Stoics understood that indulgence, whether in food, entertainment, or any other pleasure, can disrupt our emotional balance. While enjoying life's pleasures isn't inherently wrong, Stoicism teaches us that excess leads to attachment and dependence. By practicing moderation, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace, knowing that we are not ruled by our desires. This self-discipline allows us to approach life with clarity and calm, unshaken by external temptations or internal cravings. Building self-control is not an overnight process. It's a gradual practice that requires awareness and commitment. One of the best ways to start is by setting small, achievable goals, whether it's resisting a temptation or staying focused on a task for a set period of time. These small wins gradually strengthen your self-discipline, building momentum toward greater emotional resilience. As you continue to strengthen your willpower, you'll find that your ability to control your emotions improves, and with it, your mental toughness. As we continue on this path of mastering self-control, we find that the key to building emotional resilience isn't just about managing our impulses, it's about embracing the impermanence of life itself. Let's now turn our attention to the Stoic teaching of impermanence, and how it can help us embrace the present moment with greater calm and clarity. The impermanence of life, embracing the present moment. One of the most powerful teachings in Stoicism is the concept of impermanence. Life, as Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself, is fleeting. Every moment is temporary, and everything in the universe is in a constant state of change. Stoics view this impermanence not as something to fear, but as a natural part of life to be embraced. By acknowledging the transient nature of life, we can find deeper peace and resilience, because we stop clinging to the past or fearing the future. The idea of memento mori, which translates to remember death, is central to this Stoic teaching. It's a reminder that life is short and unpredictable. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, and that uncertainty is part of the human experience. But instead of living in fear of death or loss, Stoicism encourages us to use this awareness of impermanence to live more fully in the present. By recognizing that everything will eventually change, we are prompted to appreciate the present moment, each breath, each interaction, and each opportunity to grow. This idea might seem a bit unsettling at first, but when you truly understand it, it brings clarity and focus. Instead of worrying about the future or regretting the past, you start to see the value in the present moment. Every challenge, every joy, and every relationship is temporary, which makes each one more precious. When we embrace life's impermanence, we stop wasting time on things that don't matter and focus our energy on what truly brings meaning and fulfillment. A practical way to apply this concept is through mindfulness. By becoming present in the here and now, you can reduce anxiety about the future and let go of past regrets. For instance, when you find yourself caught up in thoughts about the future, perhaps worrying about an upcoming event or project, take a moment to ground yourself, focus on your breath, observe your surroundings, and remind yourself that the present moment is all you truly have control over. This practice of mindfulness is incredibly powerful for building emotional resilience, as it helps you stay rooted in the now, rather than being swept away by worries about what might come. In addition, embracing the impermanence of life allows us to deal with loss, change, and adversity with greater grace. Instead of resisting or avoiding the natural ebb and flow of life, we learn to navigate it with acceptance. Change becomes less frightening, and even challenges are seen as part of the cycle of life. When we embrace this, we develop a deep inner peace, knowing that everything, both good and bad, is part of a larger, ongoing process. Ultimately, by embracing the transient nature of life, we unlock a deeper sense of emotional resilience and mental clarity. We stop letting fear or anxiety control us, and we begin to live more fully in the present. As we close this chapter on Stoic wisdom, remember that the key to emotional resilience is not in avoiding life's challenges, but in accepting them with grace and understanding. And with that, let's bring everything full circle by reflecting on how all these lessons come together to help us stay calm, resilient, and strong in the face of adversity. So, there you have it, 10 powerful Stoic lessons that can completely transform how you handle life's challenges. These principles aren't just theories, they are practical, actionable tools that you can start using today to build emotional resilience, stay calm under pressure, and develop mental strength. Now, the real question is, are you ready to take action? Are you ready to apply these lessons to your life, even when things get tough? I challenge you to start small, focus on one lesson, one technique, and watch how your mindset begins to shift. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future videos that dive deep into Stoicism and other powerful strategies for personal growth. And hey, if you know someone who could benefit from these teachings, share this video with them. Let's spread the wisdom of Stoicism and build a community of resilient minds. Remember, the Stoic journey is a lifelong process, but with each step, you're building the mental strength and emotional control you need to thrive.